He said I got to work early and I'm just chilling and smoking. They said, I get a dick pic. So I opened it up, and when I first saw it, I'm like, ew, like, why do it look like that?
So, Ashianna, why don't you tell people how you even found out about me?
Okay, so there was some stuff that transpired between me and him. So before the last time I actually spoke with him, so it was a little time gaps between us talking. So last time I spoke with him, it was last year in April when my grandmother passed away. Before that, we had took some time off for talking again because he gave me mono, and I let him know he gave me mono. Of course, he tried to deny it. No, I didn't. You didn't get that shit from me, yada yada yada. But yes, I did. You're the only person I'm with. So I'm not the type of person that has multiple sexual partners. And if I have more than one sexual partner at one time, I'm gonna go to the person, who
Right.
I know I got this from you. I'm not just gonna blame it on you. Like, the only person I've been talking to. So he denied that, but I found out about you because I had reached out to him. We had stopped talking for a little bit because I had told him I hate him because of what he did to me. Like this nigga, my hair started coming out because of him. That's why I got my hair now because I'm transitioning. And everybody started noticing it. Everybody noticed the change in me when me and him started talking. In my hair, they noticed the change. So it was like, you need to leave this dude alone, like, because look at how you looking, like your skin and your hair. And like I said, as I mentioned before, everybody know that's something I always took pride in, my skin and my hair. And then
Right.
seeing it, it's like, damn. Like even now, I'm still working on clearing my skin up now and getting my hair back to how it once was. Or they sent me a picture actually of y'all's divorce. The divorce papers, it had your name on it. And I only reached out to him because I felt bad for telling him I hate him. Like, yeah, I didn't want that on my conscience and my heart. Like that was a little cold. I didn't want to say hate, but it's
Right.
like after working would have seen my skin and my hair like before. I mean, after I started dealing with him, like before and after, it's like, okay. Yeah, I reached out to him and apologized to him and stuff. And he was like, see, I told you I was dealing with a lot of shit. You fucking no, you did not. You lied. You told me that you were okay. He had me under the impression that we were working towards a relationship. That's what he had me thinking all. And then when he got what he wanted, that's when he started showing all these true colors. Oh, he ain't gonna make it. Oh, he about to die. I'm about to have a heart attack. I'm dealing with this. I'm dealing with that. Oh, my mom is the one that's keeping me strong and helping me out. And my ex, oh, I hate her. I can't stand her. So send me a picture of the divorce papers. Yeah, he did. Oh, that's nothing. He sent me a picture of y'all kids a day or two, not a day or two, but probably within 2 or 3 days of knowing me. He sent me a picture of your son and him. I remember one time he randomly sent me a picture of, I would ask him how he doing. It's like, okay, that's sweet, but how do you think that about a stranger having pictures
Of your
of your
kids,
children?
because he's got to try to put out this image like, oh, I'm daddy of the year, oh, I'm such an involved father and I have my kids all the time. But then on the flip side, talk about how much I deprive him of having them. Never. Because baby, when I get my weekends off, bye, I'm throwing them kids out the door, okay? You ain't never gonna have me trying to keep them kids from seeing their daddy because I look forward to my breaks.
I know that's right. So when I had reached out to him too that one time, and he sent me that copy of those divorce papers, he was like, I told you I was dealing with a lot. Told you I had a lot of shit going on with this divorce. And then not to mention, my daddy died in the midst of all of this since the last time we talked. And I was like, that made me feel, Miss Theory, that made me feel even more horrible because it's like, oh no,
I can't get over that. That man daddy's still alive. That
He
is
told me his daddy
crazy.
he told me his daddy died. Receipts all in my phone. So if he lied, baby, I can back it up. He told me
That
his
is a
daddy died.
mess.
And but you know what though was crazy? When I asked him about the funeral arrangement, he couldn't give me no type of information. And it's like if your daddy died, how come you don't know when the funeral is, what time the funeral gonna be, where it's gonna be at, when they having it, who's
That's
gonna be like
crazy.
he couldn't give me no type of information. It's like first of all, you didn't have to lie and throw your daddy under the bus to get me to feel sorry for you because
Girl, it ain't the first time. I made a whole fake funeral obituary for his daddy saying he died like years ago. So he can get time off work, girl. So he stayed using the daddy. Daddy, my daddy died. My daddy died. It's
dang, like
ridiculous.
my thing is, it's like you didn't even have to do that with your
No.
stupid ass because I reached out to you. That should tell you it's like, okay, I'm already feeling some type of way, some type of, sympathy for
Yeah.
you. So for you to take it a step further and say, let me get some more out of my daddy died.
Right. I'm still laughing that he sent the divorce decree. And when I gave him the divorce decree, I actually wrote a little love note to him on it. I said, now you can go and let your friends know they can no longer clown you for being the married loser. I couldn't wait to have my kids give him that goddamn envelope, girl.
Uh, he didn't show me that one. He
Of course
showed
not.
me.
He took that sticky note off.
Yeah, he showed me he just showed I just saw where it said the gold seal, but oh
Mhm.
yeah, he for sure didn't let me see that.
The day the judge signed it and put the seal, I went running up there, got 2 copies, one for me, one for you. So this is my last gift to you, baby. I
Oh, that's
couldn't
right.
wait. But so when you actually saw my name, did you like Google me?
I have that app on my phone. I've always had it with every relationship. You know the app that you can use to look up people, their past.
Is it like the Intellius app?
It's like that. But they have
Okay.
different kinds that you can.
Right.
I used the same thing for him, and it went back quite a few years. I had some type of it was like um some minor tickets for something. I had took the screenshots, but I had deleted the screenshots.
Yeah.
So all his address, it was for a home that was maybe four, five, 6 bedrooms,
Mm-hmm.
and its number was actually in somebody else's name. It wasn't in his name. When I put it in the search bar, because I didn't know his last name, but you can also look the person up by their phone number. So I put his phone number in, and it came up under somebody else's name. So I'm like,
Mm,
why your phone is somebody else's name? You a whole grown man. This is when we first started talking. I saw Daria Jones. I'm like, who is Daria Jones? Like maybe that's the ex-wife. And then it said that he was going through a divorce. It had his children name,
that's crazy.
his high school. It had all that information listed on there.
Oh wow.
It show you everything. I didn't even know he had Facebook. I never knew he had Facebook until I found that app, and then that's how I seen he had Facebook. I'm like, dang,
Wow.
it's private. So yeah,
Did you ever go and look at his Facebook and look at pictures and stuff?
that did, but I couldn't see. I didn't see any pictures of you or anything. I just saw pictures of him and his children. I couldn't see nothing
Okay.
else. So
That must have been after I went in the account and deleted the pictures because I actually had to log into his account like maybe a couple weeks after he moved out because I was so like, listen, take me out your life, delete all our wedding pictures. If I'm in the background, I don't want to be nowhere on your page. And it was so weird because and I don't think I talked about this before, but when I logged in, I remember like the passwords were all still the same. And I'm like, and after that, I deleted like all his passwords. Like, I don't want to ever have to log into another account of his again. I'm good. And so I deleted all the photos of us, like all the wedding pictures. I think I even changed his status to single. And it was so weird because I remember looking at like his friends list. And he used to have a few hundred friends, like 400 or 500 friends, but his friends list dropped to less than 100 people. So I'm like, what the hell is that about? And so I'm nosy, like, let me go to this blacklist and see who he's removed from the blacklist, right? I'm thinking that all the bitches over the years that I've asked him to have blocked and like, stop being all in the communication with, let me see so they're all removed from the blacklist clearly. But he had blocked like all my family, all my friends, all the people from his high school. It was just the weirdest thing ever. Like, who has to do all that? Like, I'm not blocking nobody. If your people remove me because they don't want to be in my life or see me shining and glowing and doing what I'm doing, they gonna have to remove me. But I never removed any of his people, his friends, his cousins, They all still up on my page. I think one of his little cousins, blocked me recently or unfriended me because he must have found out that I know the real reason why him and his wife getting divorced and they only been married not even a whole year. And that's a story for a whole nother day. And I know the truth, and I know that most of the family probably don't even know the truth. And I just have to laugh because I'm like, yeah, I got that one in my back pocket. But yeah, the family's full of secrets over there, just full of. But I ain't gonna put the little man's business out there, But the truth comes to light sometimes, so
And
it ain't
it
gonna be me
does.
though.
It does.
It definitely does. It definitely does. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's wild. So when did you find out about my podcast?
Oh, when I had looked you up on, okay, so first I looked you up and I saw you came up because I put in your name, I put in Dariel because on the divorce papers it said Jones.
Mm-hmm.
So a few people came up under you, but it was like it switched from Dariel to Daniel. I'm like, no, it's Dariel, and I'm looking at the divorce papers to make sure it said Dariel. So
Mm-hmm.
I saw it said Dariel Forbes. I said, oh, I know this ain't her. She too pretty. Ain't no way this is her. So I kept scrolling. And I got something else to say too after. Something me and my sisters was tripping over. But since you confirmed it, we cleared the air. So anyway, so I'm scrolling, and I'm like, let me go back and look at the one that said Dario Forbes. So I
Right.
clicked on it, and it said, I saw you said something about surviving a narcissist. I said, hold on, wait a minute. Let me check this out. Okay, so let me see. And you started saying stuff. I'm like, this is her. So that's
Crazy.
how I found out about the podcast. I started looking you up on YouTube. And at first I was very hesitant about reaching out to you because not all women are respectful as you are.
Yeah.
Some women immediately start thinking, well, were you messing around with him when we were divorced? I mean, when we were married, did you know about him? So it's like I ain't want to,
Mhm.
tangle the
Right.
wheel.
I get it.
So it's like I'm not gonna say anything. So that's what took me so long because I've been knew about you probably about a month before I even reached out to you. And
Got
then
you.
but I have been watching your podcast. I was gonna comment on it on YouTube. And I'm glad I didn't because the episode that you were talking about him in the comments, something about your friend Stephanie on YouTube.
Mm.
Yeah. So I was gonna comment on it and say I was gonna put his name out there and everything and say I'm so glad you left him and he did the same
Mm.
thing to me. I was, but I'm glad I followed my instincts and I didn't do it. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's how I found out about you.
That is
So
something.
yes, so the story that I wanted to tell you was I couldn't believe his age. I could not believe when he told me he was 39. I'm like,
Oh my God.
I thought he was lying because I've had guys do that to me. Like I'll tell them my age, and they'll try to get their age as close to mine as they could. So
Mm-hmm.
I told him, when I met him, I was 30, and he was like, "I'm 39." So I'm thinking he at least in his 40s. So
Damn.
always puzzled me about his age, and I never asked him his birthday or anything. So
Okay.
me and my siblings, I went on his Facebook page and hold on, I gotta pull the picture up so I can show you and explain to you.
Mm. Mm-mm.
So let me see if the webcam will pick this up.
Okay.
Let me brighten up my camera. Let me see. Can you see what they say?
Rick James.
Can you see the year?
Okay. No, I can't see the year. It's so tiny.
Okay. So the year says 1981. So me and
Okay.
my sisters, I found this picture. I said, y'all, because he be having all that old vintage stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So the year says 1981. And I'm like, I'm doing the math. I'm like 81, 91, 2001, 11, 21, 22, 23. You 42 years old. You're not really 39. And yeah, because me and my siblings was like, yeah, because ain't no way in the hell he was 6 or 7, years old at a Rick James concert. So that's why I was
Right.
starting to think like, how
Is he
old
lying?
is he for real? Like, we had stopped talking. We were no longer talking. There's some way I could, confirm how old he really is.
Look, surprisingly, that's one of the very few things he seemed to have been telling the truth about.
And then there's him with his ass crack always hanging out.
I can't stand to see nobody's butt, okay? I don't want to see nobody's butt crack hanging up. Oh,
We
girl,
went
you
to
are
cookout.
killing me tonight. Oh my God.
We went to cookout one night, and it was freezing. He take that big ass work truck. First, I thought the van had reached the capacity that he wasn't gonna be able to take it through the drive through, but he did. So we in the drive through, whatever. So
Mm-hmm.
we had to go down because our order wasn't ready. Cookout, they be busy on the weekends.
Yeah.
So he got out the car, all I seen was ass crack. I'm like, bro, I know you feel that cold ass wind tearing your ass cheeks up. Like, come, and he just
Damn.
like it's
Not
okay, like
phased. Not a bit.
at all. And then like the first night I went to his house, he walking up the steps, ass crack just out. Like, dang, I wish I had a slingshot. He just walking
I
down.
can't believe that's still happening. Lord, you make me more and more grateful that I don't have to deal with this kind of shit, girl. Oh my God, I'm so grateful that I am out of that situation. Oh my
It's
goodness,
just,
Asiana, this is just so funny.
eh,
But no, you said he was sending you pictures of himself real quick.
oh, oh my God. And then I was lying. If this is what you out here sending females, you should be ashamed of yourself. This should be against the
Ought to
law
be
because
ashamed.
yes, like because it's nothing that I would. I mean, me. I don't know. Maybe he was high because when I was talking to him, when he had sent me the picture of himself, he told me that he was smoking. He said I got to work early and I'm just chilling and smoking. They say I get a dick pic. So I opened it up and when I first saw it, I'm like, ew, like why do it look like that? So
You know, we won't get
I.
into the details here, but it's so embarrassing knowing he's out sending these kind of pictures. And it's funny, on one of my last maybe two episodes, maybe 3 episodes back that I just released, I had some young ladies on there. We were talking about dating and we're talking about the unsolicited dick pics, right?
Mhm.
And I'm just blown away by how many women, first of all, are like so turned off from this, how many men don't realize this is not something we actually want to see. But in cases like his, I understand why he sends it, just like so you get a warning. Hey, this is what it looks like. It's like, let me give you this preview of it almost, so you kind of know up front and beforehand, whatever the case is. Oh my God, now I'm having to start telling men, don't send that to me. That's the fastest way to find yourself on my block list, is if I wake up and I have a dick picture from you. I feel like I've received so many over these months that I'm like, this is just disgusting. We're not visual beings like men are. So
Mhm.
naturally, we're not going to be too excited about it. Now, and then you got it saved in your hidden photos files, whatever. You're sending the same picture off to a bunch of women. I said, now, if after I start dealing with you and I like you, then maybe I'll request some videos. And in the videos, I want to hear you say my name, because I don't want you sending me the same picture you done sent in your good morning, beautiful text rotation to all your 7, 8 different hoes. Okay.
All right, Miss
So,
Harriet, big old freak. She said, I want to hear you say my name.
baby, these men out here, I had to learn the game. Like, it took me to get out here and actually learn the game. So that's why I took a break from dating for a while. I'm not pressed. I'm good. I'm good out here by myself. I'm good out here stacking my money, working on my show,
Mhm,
working on my health, trying to get back to the gym, whatever I got to do. Like, I absolutely
mhm.
had my fun. And now it's like, I got to get focused and take care of some real business.
If I could change it, I just hate he was the last person I was intimate with. And like
I
I said, it's
guess.
been a year. It'll be a year. It's been a year actually.
Hmm.
It'll be out a year this month or next month. I think it was in March when I
Okay.
was last intimate with him. And then I think about it too, like, dang, when I think about not even with just him, but even other guys, like, dang, I'm just wasting my body. But it's because me having such a high sex drive and just loving sex
Hmm.
so much. From the time I lost my virginity, like oh, I was in the field.
I remember hearing when I was in like middle school, somebody in like freaking health sex ed class or something was like asking a teacher, is it true that they say sex is like Pringles and once you pop, the fun don't stop? And we just remember dying laughing, like, is it really like that? Hell yeah.
Yeah, we
Once
used
you
to
pop,
ask.
bitch, that fun don't
Yeah,
stop.
like we used to ask questions like, me and my cousin stuff who ask questions like, how does sex feel? Because it's like people be going crazy for sex. We used to watch shows where people would be in rehab for sex, and we like that. Is that really what it do? Does it really put you stuff like that? So
Hell
yeah,
yeah, it
so
can.
the first time I did it, yeah, it hurt. It was painful, but it was like it was best pain, if that makes sense. Like it
Oh
felt
my
good.
God. I
So
cannot.
after that, it was like, yes, it's time for another one. It's time for another one. Yes.
That is so freaking funny. And see, I think for me, it was a little bit different because I grew up around white people. And so it
Okay.
was this thing, especially being the black girls in my high school, where we refused to have those reputations. Like we would, like, you ain't about to call us no chicken heads. You ain't about to call us no sluts. So we were scary girls. We were real
Mm-hmm.
scary. And so, I'd have my little fun. I'd be out here sneaking and geeking here and there, but it just wasn't like that. And if I did it with anybody, it was somebody outside of school who was grown. It was like years older than me. It was nothing like, oh, I'm going to go and sleep with such and such behind the bleachers after football game. Nah, it was none of that. All the white girls was getting down, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why I think when I even got to school, I was still even just very reserved, and there's certain things like I was just nervous to do because again, I've got this stigma of don't do this, don't do this. And you know what I mean? And it's like I had to grow up and realize, dang, this is what they want. And so even some of my friends are still kind of on that reserve side. Like, I don't like doing that. I'm like, yo, we can't be stuck in the same mentality we were in high school. It's different now. We grown. These people have needs, you got things you want them to do that you better learn how to reciprocate, baby, and learn how to do it good because there's somebody out here who's gonna do it better than you if you don't step your game up, okay?
And see, that's how it was with me. That's how it was with me. Like I was the same way. Like yeah, I liked sex, but I didn't like giving oral sex. Like it's like ew, just the thought of
I
that.
get it.
Like ew. But then can't tell me nothing now. Oh.
Listen, babe, you can't tell me shit now, okay? Because the things that man used to say about me, I realized he was really doing a lot of projecting.
Mm-hmm.
And so now it's kind of like, and when I did get out here back in the streets and I was dating and having my fun, and again, I wasn't going crazy, like wilding the fuck out. I was making some people had to wait months to get it with me, and it was putting in work. But once I had those experiences, I realized all these negative, nasty, mean things my ex used to say about me, man, wasn't none of them true. And I get men will hype you up and try to make you feel good, but I
Mm-hmm.
genuinely know like it wasn't that. Like I'm able to be a different person now sexually and more confident, and I just was so afraid to really open up before, and I hate that. So I'm like, I'll never be that person in in a relationship like that again. And going forward, I know it's okay to ask for things. It's okay to give directions. It's okay to say, "Hey, baby, you ain't applying enough pressure right here. You need to go down just a little bit, baby." Like
Mm-hmm.
I used to be so scared doing that with him because he never seemed to be able to receive criticism. And it was so weird to me, like, dang, like I'm trying to help you out so you know what the hell to do. And it would just be like, again, you're overcomplicating this. It shouldn't be this complicated. And I'm like, you're making it complicated because you won't even listen.
Mm-hmm.
So I just thank God, like I'm not in that space no more. And I could just be free and I just have this peace and I can be happy. This feeling here, and you got a little glimpse of that. I had to deal with that shit for 19 years. Almost half my whole life was dealing with this man. So if that gives you any idea of the peace I now feel, it's like, I made fucking parole after having to serve this long ass motherfucking bid. It's ridiculous. So now that we've kind of had some months to get to know each other and to communicate and stuff, and we talked on the phone and we talked through Facebook, because I think at one time you said, you like, I didn't like you because I'm thinking you doing all this stuff to this man who I'm getting to know. And what do you think now?
And I told him that too. I don't like her because I'm like, why is she so mean? Like, why is she always taunting you? Like, why? Like, does she not have nothing to do with her time? And that's how he was making it seem in Scary L. Like, no, I do not at all.
That
No,
is
not
so
even by a long
crazy.
shot. I don't really even know the
Wow.
stuff he was saying, but I actually stopped believing before I even met you. Me and him was still talking. I stopped believing most of the stuff he was saying because, like I said, I had mentioned to you before when we was talking. I do know there are bitter exes out there, men and women. I do know, sometimes people they have an issue with letting go. They don't know how to take their L and just go about their business. So,
Like I had to learn through some of his friends, like I was pretty much his retirement plan,
ooh,
For a long time, he just would say and vent to like, some of his relatives and stuff like, I can't believe she fucking left me. I fucking can't believe she left me. We took vows together. Like, who just walks away after 19 years like that? Because in his mind, he somehow convinced himself that I was so weak. My self-esteem was so low, and that I won't go out here and do no better than him. She ain't never gonna find nobody to love me better more than her. Man, if that was love, I don't want no parts of that shit.
That's what he told me.
Really?
Yeah, he told me that. He said she ain't gonna never find nobody that took care of business and held it down like I did. She ain't gonna never find nobody like that.
I found 10 of you who can do better. Not that I love them and I don't necessarily want them, but there's men out here handling their business. There's men out here elevating their lives, making the right moves, not having to steal, not having to lie, not having to cheat to get ahead in life. Having this experience now, I realize I can be able to pinpoint exactly what it is I require going forward. And now I have better discernment and better judgment, and I trust myself, and my intuition is amazing because I realized that all this time, my intuition was not letting me down. I wasn't crazy. I wasn't being dramatic. I wasn't thinking and making shit up. No, my intuition was telling me this is what's going on. So now I trust myself wholeheartedly. I have different requirements and different standards now. And so as I'm meeting people and I was out dating, it's like, hold up, you don't meet this. I can already see we're not aligned. We're not equally yoked. Our morals don't align. Our value systems do not align. I'm good. I'm not going to waste my time here. So thank you for the nice dinners. I appreciate your time. Deuces, next. And I can cut it off like that. Like, my detached game is amazing at this point. Like, I'll cut you off in 48 hours and sleep beautiful as hell that night and not think shit about you again. He don't even realize how he prepared me in so many ways for so many awesome things in my life. And even now, like, I put a post on Threads and on Facebook a few weeks ago when, because we just hit the 1-year anniversary of our divorce on the 26th of last month. And so when I put a post out, a nice little picture of myself, I'm like, oh, here, I'm just realizing this is the 1-year anniversary and I feel so happy. And just to have this year to reflect on the things in my life and what I've learned. And here's 5 positive things that I was able to take away from my divorce over this last year. And girl, the people who were coming for me in them comments, I'm like, yo, these black men angry as hell that I left this man. These black men hate my guts online. But I'm like, what's crazy is he don't even realize he helped prepare me for this life. He helped me prepare me to be a model, to be a content creator. He used to say some of the nastiest, meanest, most vile things to my face. So I'm like, he was the worst troll I've ever had in my life. So when I get these nasty comments and I get the vulgarness and all the, degrading shit and people in my DMs tell me I'm a waste and I'm this and I'm not shit and I just wanted to be single so I could go ride the cop carousel. I just have to laugh because I just like, yo, is this any more mean than what he used to say to me? Nope. Next, whatever. I just be so unbothered by it. Yeah, he doesn't realize I really truly wish I could almost thank him, like, to be in this space where I am now after all that time and to feel this good about me, whether I done gained some weight or lost some weight or whatever the fuck, I don't care. Like, I feel good about me for the first time in so long. It's really all with credit to him. He helped me realize like my value and my worth and really just take the time to put into myself and work on my mental and work on, just some of the things and the traumas I was dealing with. And I'm still going to be dealing with them for a little while. That's why I know I can't dive into a new relationship. But I am just so happy to be in this space and to be able to have the courage to get out here and tell my story and be online or do fashion shows in front of hundreds of thousands of people or whatever. Like, I never imagined I'd be here, yo. I never would have imagined. So, it is what it is because he had me and he fumbled. I was prepared to go through life with him. Like, I was prepared for that. I made the decision like, okay, I'm going to stay here. And if he just showed me even a bit of the, reciprocity that I feel like I deserve, I probably would have still been there. But he just kind of kept showing me day after day, like, bitch, you're replaceable as fuck. I got options out here. It's bitches want me out here. I'm tall, I'm fine. I'm sure he's got to look himself in the mirror and realize, damn, like so much of his identity was wrapped up in being married to me and being with my family and using our house and using all of our resources and stuff to make it look like he had more than he did. And I try to be mindful that that's still the father of my kids. And one day they're gonna find a podcast and they may come across these episodes and learn some of the truth about what happened because they ain't gonna hear it from him, and in time, I'll be willing to open up and talk to them when they're, a little bit older and can actually process what was actually happening. It's been a hell of a learning experience. So tell me this to wrap it up. What's something that you learned from this situation and dealing with him?
Well, as I mentioned in the beginning, he was definitely the last narcissist that I'm never going to deal with being by myself for a year because, like, even before him, I was, constantly dealing and talking to somebody because I always felt like I couldn't be alone. I didn't want to be alone. So I would just accept whatever. I would accept whatever,
Yeah.
that God would do to me or whatever because, I don't want to be alone.
Yeah.
I've been, like I said, celibate for a year, by myself for a year. So this year has really taught me a lot. It taught me that I can be alone. I don't need a man, to make me feel complete or, feel like I matter. So
Yeah.
it's taught me I don't have to accept it because I know who I am. I know I'm beautiful on the inside and out. So I mean, right now, when my skin clear up, I'll look even better. But I know
Aw.
I'm beautiful on the inside and out. I'm a great person. I love people. I'm down to earth. Any guy who get their hands on me, they can consider themselves blessed because I know what type of person I am. I know who I am. I know what I bring to the table. I know what I can do. So I just wait. I just wait
That's right.
patiently. I just wait patiently to God
I
to be
love
that
that.
special person. So
Yes, man. Well, like I said, you keep on working on yourself. You keep on affirming yourself and validating yourself. Don't let nobody come into your space next time without doing your due diligence. I tell the young ladies, because I didn't do my shit, and that's how I didn't know, even though I wasn't even an A&T student when I met him. So, just make sure you take your time, get to know somebody, protect your body, protect your mental, protect your peace. It's a lot of players out here, and they're just waiting for the next vulnerable person. You know what I mean? Keep on working your self-esteem, your confidence. Keep building that up. I do believe, like, in the right time when we're ready, we're going to attract the people that are meant to be in our lives, the people who actually deserve our energy, who deserve our bodies, who deserve to be in our world. So, I think you're a beautiful little lady, and I'm so grateful you reached out to me. I'm so grateful we were able to make this connection, and now I've got a new friend, and we can connect on the level that nobody else really understands unless you survive the gauntlet like we did, okay? And you better be thanking God that you only dealt with it for the few months you did and not waste half of your life, baby. Because God damn, I can't get that time back.
But at least now you're in a much better space. Like I can see the glow because
Yes.
even when I looked at your page, because I'm not sure how you before I went on your page, I wasn't sure what you looked like when you was with him. But even when I went on your page, I'm like, she got a glow on her. Like look at. Like you could see the glow. You can see it. You can see the difference. And I love that for you.
I see it too, baby. It's amazing. It's even just where I go and see like old friends and family, or even like when I went to my 20-year reunion a few months back and seeing my old friends from high school. And, I'm like, oh my God. And they're just like, you just look wonderful. And it was just such a happy experience. And I was so happy that I didn't have to bring him to that, seeing how, girl, he forbade me from going to his 20-year reunion. Forbade me, okay? Because he wanted to go see that old girlfriend so bad without me cock blocking and hoe busting. I was so happy. Like, I don't have to make no excuses. I can just go and be free and be me and have a good time and not have to sit here and try to, oh, this is my wonderful husband. Cause that was getting old too, baby. Like trying to hype somebody up when you don't really feel that. Trying to put out or portray this lifestyle that this ain't even real. Like I'm becoming a fraud just like him. And I don't function like that because I'm not a liar and I'm not a fraudulent person, but it is all good. So I think this was super dope. I am so grateful for you sharing your experience and sharing your story with us.
Thank you so much for allowing me to be on here. I know I'm gonna probably get some negative feedback, but it's all good. It's okay. Nothing I said was all right. Like I said, I got receipts. So if anybody want to see proof,
Right.
anything, I got receipts. So
Mm-hmm.
it's all good. But I'm just thankful that I met you. You're such a sweet person. You really are. You're so nice.
I appreciate you, girl. And thank you again. I know this is not easy. It's not easy putting your story out there and being online and putting your face out there and, you know what I mean, sharing some of these nasty experiences. I think we always kind of want to make it sound like everything's all good. Life is good. Life is wonderful. But I think these are the stories that people connect with, and you never know how your story might help somebody out here. Who knows if the next person come across it and be like, both of these women are dealing with what I've been dealing with. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can't be
Uh-huh.
here. This ain't no good for me. I gotta go. We might be saving
Uh-huh.
somebody else's life out here, girl.
Yeah, and that's another thing. So I hope somebody watch it and it really helps them because being in relationships that are unhealthy is bad because relationships I was in, I would have to pray to God just to go to sleep at night because my mind would just be running like 90 miles
Yeah.
per second to me. I couldn't turn my
Yeah.
brain off and it was just bad. Like my thoughts was everywhere because I knew the person I was dealing with. I already knew they was out messing with somebody else that was lying to me, cheating,
Oh,
all of
girl.
that. So it's like, God, please just give me a peace of mind. Give me peace of mind. Give me peace of mind. So I would have to pray
Mm-hmm.
and go to sleep. So I really do hope and help somebody, and they look at the situation and realize that you don't have to deal with somebody for validation. You don't have to deal with somebody to make you feel whole and feel complete. You don't have to deal with that, because it's always somebody out there for everybody. And it's always somebody
Yes.
out there who's willing to put in the work, spend the time,
Mm-hmm.
and do what they have to do,
Yeah.
always. So you never have to
Yep.
settle. But it starts with believing in who you are and lifting yourself up first. That's where it starts.
Yeah.
So
I absolutely agree. Well, I love that. Well, Ashianna, thank you so much again, honey. All right, well, there it is, y'all. Our final episode of Hoebusters for season 1. I'm so excited and I'm so grateful. Thank you all so much for rocking with me through these 24 whole episodes. And special thanks to my new friend, Miss Ashianna, for coming on tonight and having this really cool conversation with me about our shared experiences with the ex-narcissist, y'all. Please make sure you take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the podcast on any of the major platforms from YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and more. Please drop us a comment as well, or a 5-star review if you want to help us out. And let me know if you have any questions for me or our special guest, all right? And if you happen to be in the Charlotte, North Carolina area and you want to join me remotely in my cute little studio for an upcoming episode of season 2, all you got to do is apply on the website, www.Hoe-busters.com, okay? I hope y'all really enjoyed this first season as much as I enjoyed putting it together for y'all and sharing my life and my experiences. Again, I'm just so grateful that y'all been rocking with me. And until next time, peace.